Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Atha Shriman Narayaneeyam. Dashaka 80. The story of the Syamantaka jewel. Satrajitastvamatalubdavadarkalabdham divyam Syamantaka-manim bhagavannayachihi tatkaranam bahuvidam mama bhati noonam tasyatmajam tvayiratam chalato vivodum. This verse, having 14 syllables in each quarter, is composed in the Vasanta Tilaka meter. Addressing God Krishna, the poet says, Bhagavan, O Bhagavan, Ata Satrajitaha Arkalabdam Divyam Syamantaka Manim Tvam Lubdavat Ayachihi. Then you asked from Satrajit, like a greedy person, the divine Syamantaka jewel which he had got from the sun god. Tat karanam bahuvidam mama bhati. To me, the reason for this appears to be many. Tvayi ratam tasya atmajam chalataha vivodum noonam. Indeed, I think that it was a strategy by you to marry his daughter who was inclined towards you. According to the Bhagavatam, Satrajit was a great devotee of the sun god. The god became pleased with his devotion and became his great friend. The pleased sun god, with great love, gave him the Syamantaka jewel. Asit Satrajitas Suryo Bhaktasya Paramasaka Pritas Tasmai Manim Pradat Suryastushtaha Syamantakam. Bhagavata Puranam, 10th Skanda, 56th Adhyaya, 3rd verse. Syamantaka Mani gave 8 bharas of gold every day. 1 bhara is equal to 20 tulas, a measure of gold. Where the money was worshipped, there was no famine, epidemic, fear of snakes, mental and physical pain, and no inauspicious occurrence or delusions. Dine dine swarna bharan ashtau sasrijati prabho durbhicha maryarishtani sarpadi vyadayo shubhaha na santi mayinas tatra yatraste byarchito manihi. Bhagavata Puranam, 10th Skanda, 56th Adhyaya, 11th verse. Once Krishna said, O Satrajit, you give this jewel to King Ugrasena. But Satrajit did not listen to Krishna and did not give the jewel to the king. Adattam tam tubhyam manivaramane manasa prasenastadbrata galabu vivahan prapa mrigayam ahannenam singho mani mahasi mansa brahmavashat kapindrastam hatva manimapicha balaya dadivan. This verse, having 17 syllables in each quarter, is composed in the Shikarini meter. Addressing God Krishna, the poet says, Alpa manasa anena tubhyam adattam tam manivaram tad brata prasenaha galabhuvi vahan mrigayam prapa. By that narrow-minded Satrajit, the precious money was not given to you. His brother Prasena wore it around his neck and went for hunting. Singhaha Mani Mahasi Mansa Brahmavashat Enam Ahan. A lion killed Prasena, mistaking the lustre of the mani to be a piece of flesh. Kapindraha tamapi hatva manim balaya dadivancha. Jambavan, the king of bears, killed the lion and gave the money to his daughter. According to the Bhagavatam, one day the brother of Satrajit, Prasena, wore that great resplendent money around his neck and, mounting on a horse, went to the forest for hunting. There, a lion killed Prasena along with his horse and snatched the money from him. When the lion was about to enter a mountain cave, it was killed by Richaraja Jambavan for the money. Jambavan took the money inside the cave and gave it to his daughter to play with. Shashansu Satrajit Giramanujanaastvam Maniharam Jananam Piyusham Bhavati Guninam Doshakanika Tatas Sarvajñopi Swajana Sahito Margana Paraha Prasenam Tam Drishtva Harimapi Gato Bhukapi Guham. The above verse, having 17 syllables in each quarter, is composed in the Shikarini meter. Addressing God Krishna, the poet says, Janaha Satrajit Giram Anu Tvam Maniharam Shashansuhu. The people called you as the thief of the money, believing the words of Satrajit. Guninam Dosha Kanika Jananam Piyusham Bhavati. Even a trace of fault of the virtuous is like nectar for the other people. Tataha Sarvajnaha Swajana Sahitaha Margana Paraha Tam Prasenam Harim Api Drishtva Kapi Guham Gataha Abuhu. Then you, the knower of everything, along with your people, set out to look for Prasena, and seeing the body of Prasena and of the lion also, went to the cave of the bear Jambavan. According to the Bhagavatam, when Prasena did not return from the forest, his brother Satrajit was very sad. He started saying thus, It is very possible that Krishna has killed my brother, because my brother had the gem around his neck. Hearing these words of Satrajit, people also began to spread this rumor. When Krishna came to know that he was being targeted thus, he wanted to remove the stigma, and so he set out to search for Prasena along with some good people of the city. There, when a search was made in the jungle, people discovered that a lion had killed Prasena and his horse. Following the footsteps of the lion, they moved ahead, and they also saw that the lion had also been killed on the mountain by a bear. Krishna made the people sit outside the mountain cave, and he alone entered the dark cave of Richaraja Jambavan. Bhavantamabhitarkayannativaya swayam Jambavan Mukunda sharanam himam kaiharoddumityalapan Vibho Raghupate Hare Jaya Jayetyalam Mushtibish Chiram Tava Samarchanam Vyadhita Chudamanihi. The above verse, having 17 syllables in each quarter, is composed in the Prithvi meter. Addressing God Krishna, the poet says, Ativayaha Bhakta Chudamanihi Jambavan Swayam Bhavantam Avitarkayan. The great devotee, the aged Jambavan, not suspecting that you yourself had come to him. Mukunda Sharanam Mamhi Roddum Iha Kaha Iti. Who are you opposing me, who have taken refuge in the feet of Mukunda, thus saying, Vibho Raghupate Hare Jaya Jaya iti alapan charan, and saying, O Lord, O Raghupati, O Hari, victory to you, so saying, and moving around you, as in a pradakshina, Mushtibihi tava alam chiram samarchanam vyadita. With the blows of his fist, he performed worship to you for quite a long time. According to the Bhagavatam, Krishna entered the cave of Jambavan and found that the precious gem Syamantaka was given as a toy to a child. Krishna wanted to take the gem and went near the child. Seeing a stranger in the cave, the caretaker woman of the child got frightened and cried aloud. Hearing her cry, the strong Richaraja Jambavan became angry and came running there, not knowing that his beloved god Krishna had arrived in front of him. Jambavan fought with him. Both of them fought fiercely with weapons, stones, and by throwing uprooted trees at one another. Finally, they had a duel which lasted for 28 days. Jambavan became very tired and ultimately he realized that it was God Vishnu who had appeared before him. Buddva tatena dattam navaramanim varamanim cha parigrinnan anugrinnan namum aga sapadi cha satrajite manim pradaha. Addressing God Krishna, the poet says, Ata Buddva, knowing that you are God Krishna, Tena Dattam Navaramanim Varamanim cha Parigrinnan, and accepting the young lovely woman Jambavati and the precious gem Syamantaka from Jambavan. Amum Anugrinnan Agaha, you returned after blessing him. Sapadi Manim Satrajite Pradaha cha, and you quickly gave the gem to Satrajit. According to the Bhagavatam, when Jambavan praised Krishna, the lotus-eyed god lovingly caressed his devotee Jambavan with his hands and told him, O Richaraja, I came inside the cave to get the gem. With the help of this gem, I want to wipe away the stigma attached to me. Hearing the words of Krishna, Jambavan, who was very happy, gave his daughter Jambavati to serve Krishna, and he also gave the Syamantaka money to Krishna. The people whom Krishna had stationed outside the cave of Jambavan waited for 12 days for Krishna to return. When Krishna did not return, they were full of worry and they returned to Dwaraka. When Mother Devaki, Queen Rukmini, Father Vasudeva and other relatives knew that Krishna did not come out of the cave, they were all very, very worried. All the people of Dwaraka blamed Satrajit for the happening, and to get back Krishna, they started praying to goddess Durga. The goddess was pleased with their prayers and blessed them. At that time, Krishna appeared in their midst with the gem and his newly married wife Jambavati and pleased everyone. Then Krishna called Satrajit to the royal assembly of King Ugrasena and apprised all the people of how the gem was got, and he gave the money to Satrajit. तदनु सकलु व्रीलालोलो विलोल विलोचनां दुहितरमहो धीमान् भामां गिरैव परार्पिताम् अदितमणिना तुभ्यं समेत्य भवानपि प्रमुदितमनास्तस्यैवादान्मणिं गहनाशयः. This verse, having 17 syllables in each quarter, is composed in the Harini meter. Addressing God Krishna, the poet says, Tadanu Vrila Lolaha Dhiman Saha. Then the intelligent Satrajit, who was filled with shame, Gira eva kalu pararpitam vilola vilochanam bhamam duhitaram manina saha tubhyam adita. He gave his daughter Satyabhama to you, who was given to another person, Shatadanva, by word alone. Satyabhama had beautiful eyes, and Satrajit gave her to you along with the Syamantaka gem. Aho gahanashayaha bhavanapi pramudita manaha labhyam sametya manim tasya eva adat. O God, you also, whose mind cannot be fathomed, after getting what you wanted to get, namely the beautiful Satyabhama, you gave the gem back to Satrajit. According to the Bhagavatam, Satrajit became very ashamed when Krishna gave him the Syamantaka gem from the cave of Jambavan. He repented his act of accusing Krishna, and the intelligent Satrajit decided to give away his beautiful daughter in marriage to Krishna and also the Syamantaka gem to Krishna. Krishna married Satyabhama and told Satrajit, "We will not take the Syamantaka money. You are the devotee of the sun god. So let the gem given by him be with you. We only deserve its fruit, namely the gold which comes from it. You give the gold coming from the gem to us." व्रीलाकुलां रमयति त्वयि सत्यभामां कौन्तेयदाह कथयात कुरून् प्रयाते हि गान्धिनेय कृतवर्मगिरानिपात्य सत्राजितं शतधनुर्मणिमाजहार. This verse and the following 4 verses of this Dasakam are composed in the Vasanta Tilaka meter, and they have 14 syllables in each quarter. Addressing God Krishna, the poet says, Twayi Vrila Kulam Satyabhamam Ramayati. When you were making the bashful Satyabhama happy, Kaunteya daha kataya atha kurun prayate. And hearing that the sons of Kunti were burnt in the palace of lakh, you went to Hastinapuram, the capital of the Kuru kingdom. He, alas, Gandhineya Kritavarma Gira Shatadanuhu Satrajitam Nipatya Manim Ajahara. Shatadanu, by the words of Akrura and Kritavarma, killed Satrajit and stole the gem. According to the Bhagavatam, though Bhagavan Krishna knew that the fire in the lakh palace did not kill the Pandavas, but even then, when he heard that Kunti and the Pandavas got perished in the fire, he went to Hastinapuram along with Balarama to offer his condolences. When Krishna was not in Dwaraka, Akrura and Kritavarma told Shatadanva, "Why don't you take away the gem from Satrajit?" Satrajit had promised to give Satyabhama in marriage to us, and now he has given her to Krishna, ignoring us. Why not Satrajit go to the land of Yama like his brother Prasena? Shatadanva was a sinful person, and getting influenced by their words, the greedy Shatadanva killed the sleeping Satrajit and stole away the gem. Shokat kurunupagatam avalokya kantam hatva dhrutam shatadhanum samaharshayastam ratne sashanka iva maithilagehametya ramo gadam samashishichatadhartarashtram. Addressing God Krishna, the poet says, Shokat kurun upagatam kantam avalokya tvam. Seeing dear Satyabhama, who came to the Kuru kingdom with grief, Dhrutam Shatadhanum Hatva Samaharshayaha. You quickly killed Shatadhanu and pleased her. Ramaha Ratne Sashanka Iva Maitila Geham Etya Dhartarashtram Gadam Samashi Shicchata. Balarama appeared to have some doubts regarding the Syamantaka jewel. He went to the kingdom of Mithila and taught the wielding of the mace to Duryodhana. According to the Bhagavatam, Satyabhama was very grieved when her father Satrajit was killed by Shatadanva. She went to Hastinapuram and informed Krishna about the sad happening. Krishna returned to Dwaraka with Balarama and Satyabhama and made efforts to get back the jewel and kill Shatadanva. When Shatadanva came to know that Krishna was trying to punish him, he became frightened and asked Kritavarma to help him. Kritavarma replied to him that he cannot face the powerful Krishna and Balarama. Then Shatadanva went to Akrura and requested for help. Akrura also refused to help him. Then Shatadanva placed the Syamantaka jewel with Akrura and ran away from Dwaraka, mounting a horse which could run for 800 miles at a stretch. Krishna and Balarama followed him in a chariot which had a flag having the Garuda emblem on it and which had very swift horses. In a garden near Mithila, Shatadanva's horse fell and the frightened Shatadanva ran on foot. Krishna also ran after him in great anger. Then Krishna cut off his head with his chakra and searched for the Syamantaka money in his clothes. But the gem was not found, and Krishna came to Balarama and told him, "We killed Shatadanva in vain. The Syamantaka jewel is not with him." Balarama replied, "There is no doubt that Shatadanva has placed the gem with someone. Now you go to Dwaraka and find out its whereabouts. I want to meet the king of the Videhas because he is my dear friend." So saying, Balarama went to the Mithila city. King Janaka honored Balarama, and in the course of time, Duryodhana, the son of Dhritarashtra, learned the wielding of the mace from Balarama. अक्रूर एष भगवन् भवदिच्छयैव सत्राजितः कुचरितस्य युयोज हिंसाम् अक्रूरतो मणिमनाहृतवान् पुनस्त्वं तस्यैव भूतिमुपधातुमिति ब्रुवन्ति. Addressing God Krishna, the poet says, Bhagavan, eshaha akruraha bhavadichaya eva kucharitasya satrajitaha hinsam yuyoja. O God, that Akrura brought about the killing of the wicked Satrajit as per your wishes only. Tvam punaha tasya bhutim upadatumeva akrurataha manim anahritavan iti bruvanti. Again it is said that you did not take the jewel from Akrura because you wanted to bring about his prosperity. Bhaktastvai sthirataras sahi gandhineyas tasyaiva kapatamati katamisha jata vijnanavan prashamavan ahamityudirnam garvam dhruvam shamayitum bhavata kritaiva. Addressing God Krishna, the poet says, Isha saha gandhineyaha tvai stirataraha bhaktaha hi. O Lord, that Akrura is indeed your very firm devotee. Tasya eva kapatamatihi katam jata. How could his mind work in the wrong path? Aham vijnanavan prashamavan iti udirnam garvam shamayitum bhavata krita eva dhruvam. You wanted to curb Akrura's pride, who thought, I am very knowledgeable and I am very self-restrained. This was certainly your doing. Yatam bhayena kritavarmayutam punastam ahuyatad vinihitam cha manim prakashya tatraiva suvratadhare vinidhaya tushyan bhama kuchanta shayana pavanesha payaha. Addressing God Krishna, the poet says, Hey Pavanesha, O Lord of Guruvayur, Bhayena Kritavarma Yutam Yatam Tam Punaha Ahuya. Calling back Akrura, who had gone away from Dwaraka in fear along with Kritavarma, Manim Tad Vinihitam Cha Prakashya, and making it known to everyone that the money was placed by Shatadanva with Akrura. Suvratadhare tatra eva vinidhaya, giving the jewel to Akrura, who was performing many religious deeds. Tushyan, becoming happy. Bhama kuchanta shayanaha pavanesha payaha. O Lord, who lived very happily with Satyabhama. Please protect me. According to the Bhagavatam, Akrura and Kritavarma had incited Shatadhanva to kill Satrajit. When they heard that Krishna had killed Shatadhanva, they became frightened and ran away from Dwaraka. Krishna made arrangements to search for Akrura and brought him back. Krishna welcomed him and said, "Uncle, you are the protector of all righteous things. I know that Shatadhanva had deposited the Syamantaka jewel with you, which yields a lot of riches. Since Satrajit had no son, the Syamantaka gem should be inherited by our sons. But let the gem be with you. My elder brother Balarama does not believe me fully regarding the Syamantaka jewel. So, dear Akrura, show the jewel and convince all our relatives, Sri Balarama, Satyabhama, and Jambavati, and make them peaceful. I know that with the help of the jewel, you are performing many sacrifices in which there are golden Vedis." When Krishna thus spoke pleasantly to Akrura, Akrura took out the shining gem from a cloth and gave it to Krishna. Krishna showed the gem to his relatives and satisfied them and gave it back to Akrura.